what the narcissist can't avoid anymore. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So, avoiding, that's what the narcissist is very good at. They avoided you. They avoided the truth. They avoided the reality. They avoided what they did. And they're continuing to do that. They're avoiding anything they possibly can that would tie them to what they did to you. Now, remember, the narcissist wears a mask. The mask is meant to manipulate people who don't know that narcissism exists. And the mask is shifted and shaped for certain audiences that the narcissist is performing for. Once the narcissist gets what they want from anybody, any target, then usually they will string that person around or along a little bit longer, or maybe discard them or never talk to them again, or whatever they will do. But the narcissist is a predator. They're an apex predator. You didn't know that. You thought a predator was just some animal in the wild kingdom. Well, we are in the wild, and the human being, i.e. the narcissist, is one of those apex predators. You didn't know any of these things. Now you're learning. And this is one thing that the narcissist cannot avoid any longer. It's the truth. They cannot hide any more from the truth. Now, I've shared this ad nauseum for years in videos, and I'll share it again. Before the internet and the smartphone, the narcissist ran the planet. Yes, one dark energy source, but multiple people, billions of people, if you want the truth, throughout the history of time. But it was one dark energy that was ruling the planet. Now, the advent of the internet and the smartphone came around. Next thing you know, the narcissists were attacking more and more people, but not just in their little village or little jurisdiction or town or street. Now they were branching out. And as they branched out, they spread their toxicity. And the more they spread their toxicity, the more and more people got infected, if you will. I was one of those people. So were you. You didn't realize what was happening to you when you were trapped in the narcissistic abusive cycle. Now you're learning about it. The narcissist knew exactly what they were doing. They had done it before they met you. They did it with you. And they're doing it right now if they're still living, I can assure you. But having said that, they can't avoid the truth. They could try to outrun the truth. They could try to outrun the reality of what they've done. They could rewrite the narrative. They could use the smear campaign. They could claim that all the flying monkeys and everybody else were the bad people, that it wasn't them. They can do whatever they want to do. The truth is that the narcissist is a destructor. They do damage to people, and they want to inflict as much damage upon as many people as they possibly can. And that's what they've been doing, and that's what they're continuing to do. But they can't avoid the fact that so many people now are figuring out who they are. I'm one of those people. Every day I create videos to pay it forward to help you get answers to questions that you have, and maybe some answers to questions that you haven't even considered yet. You see, I was the new supply. You were the new supply. We are not supply. We are beautiful, bright, shining lights. You now know that. You're learning all about it. What you don't know, and you're learning, is that the narcissist is afraid of running out of supply. The narcissist is afraid of being unmasked. The narcissist is afraid of being exposed. And the narcissist days are numbered. Now, you're understanding an awful lot more about narcissism, about mindset, empathy, and about what a human being is capable of. You are catching up to what the narcissist already knew. Remember, they had a very, very big advantage over you, and myself too, but we're catching up. Some of us have not only caught up, but we've superseded the apex predator, which means when you see the behaviors of certain people, and then you identify those patterns that you've seen before when you were trapped in the narcissistic abusive cycle, then it's easy. I'm talking very easy to determine what's happening. Example, what is gaslighting? Well, back then you didn't know what it was, now you do. And if you see it, you're like, whoa, don't want anything to do with that. Nope, red flag, thank you, but no thank you. I'm gone. You didn't have that wisdom before, now you do. Now, I'm gonna tie this all together because the narcissist was hoping that you wouldn't figure this out. The narcissist was hoping you would stay stuck, frozen in that snow globe, if you will, frozen in that toxic space, unable to move. That's where I was for quite a long period of time, and I can assure you that's where you were. But again, once you figured out what narcissism was, you cracked the code, then you began to work on yourself. Now, it wasn't as quick as that, because I can assure you when you figured out what narcissism was, you probably did what I did. You probably dropped to your knees buckled, you dropped to the ground, and you were probably controlling or crying uncontrollably, wailing with carnal screams. This is my experience, it's the truth. And I just could not believe that the betrayal that I had just experienced. And that was just the tip of the iceberg. Rest is history. Here I am, paying it forward to help you out. But these are things the narcissist can't avoid. So the truth is the main thing. Another thing the narcissist can't avoid any longer is that their supply sources are dwindling. They're drying up. Just like the desert, Sahara Desert, Mojave Desert, whatever desert you want to be considering, the desert is nothing but sand and wind. And it ebbs and it flows, but there's very little rain there. Well, rain, let's call rain supply in the narcissistic lexicon. You were supply, you're not. And when you're off the radar of the narcissists, plural, just like I am, well, there are two people, fewer, that the narcissist can approach. The fewer people the narcissist can approach. When I say approach, I mean attack or enter or try to communicate with. The fewer people the narcissist has options to communicate with, the better off we all are. All of us, every single one of us. Of course, not the narcissist, but again, when you're an empath like I am, and I'm sure that you have a level of empathy, and you're trapped in a cycle with a person who's feeding off of you every single waking moment of your life, and even when you're sleeping, you can't sleep properly because you're being sleep deprived. When that person's feeding off of you and you wrap your head around the fact that they were doing it intentionally and on purpose and deliberately, and that they tried to extinguish you, yep, you should be able to read between the lines now, then you say, wait, I need to get away from these people as fast as I possibly can and as far as I can. And I've done just that, and my hope is you've either done that or you will do it. But this is another thing the narcissist can't avoid any longer. The truth, and that supply is drying up. The third thing, this is a big one, and you really need to play this part of the video multiple times. It's that you, not me, you figured out what narcissism is. Not your sister, not your brother, not your neighbor, not anyone else. I'm referring to you. When you figured it out, I mean you doing the deep dive, then you become educated. When you become educated, you become empowered. When you become educated and empowered, you become awakened. When you become educated, empowered, and awakened, you now become aware. And when you become educated, empowered, awakened, and aware, now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas. Now you can understand so much more about, like I've been sharing for years, empathy, narcissism, mindset, energy, and so much more. Remember, we are all in this together. I am your brother. I am in this with you, no matter what country you're living in, no matter what time zone you're in, no matter if it's 7 o'clock in the morning and you're having your piece of fruit and your glass of lemon water before you go to work, or maybe it's 10:30 at night and you're getting ready to go to bed and you're tucking in and you're plugging this video in before you go to bed. I'm with you. We are all connected. All of us in the community, we are all in this together. And we are as strong as all of us are getting. Remember, we are catching up with toxicity, meaning we were behind the 8 ball. We didn't know toxicity existed. We thought toxicity was a barrel, an oil barrel on a dock in some shipyard with skull and crossbones on it. Well, yeah, that is an indication of something toxic in a barrel. But toxicity has 2 legs and walks and talks just like you do, which is the narcissist. And they know what they're doing. And they do it every single chance they get. Because they don't want, I'm talking about the narcissist, because they don't want anyone to ever do better than them. They're always in competition with everybody. And they don't want to ever, and I mean ever, lose at anything. The narcissist plays a game, a zero-sum game. And they believe that they're entitled to win. And they fix the game as much as they possibly can, so they do win. The thing is, when you stop playing the game by cutting the ties and going no contact and blocking that person, then you win. They lose. Just like that. And is it that easy? Well, not really, but when you block them, it sends a clear, succinct message to them that, again, they cannot avoid the truth and they cannot avoid the reality of supply, shutting doors on them. And here's a huge one. I just began to talk about it. They will never be able to avoid the fact that you are the one that got away. You are the generational curse breaker. You are the one that figured it out. You are the smart one. You are the one with the wisdom. You're the one that cracked the code, and you're the one who has healed. Not only there, I'm not going to stop there. As you're healing, you're getting stronger. As you're getting stronger, you're getting really clear in your mind. The clearer your mind gets, the weaker the narcissist gets and the weaker the pull that they had on you becomes, the weaker that pull is, the better off you are to help yourself and those loved and trusted ones around you, if you have people around you that you love and trust. Not all of us have those people, but if you do, you understand what I'm talking about. And so what other things the narcissist can't avoid any longer, we talked about it, your healing, the truth, that supply is drying up. And here's another one, that the narcissist is becoming older every single second. I reference the aging narcissist in videos. I've done it, I have a whole playlist on it, the aging narcissist. And of course, you should know by now, they are not a pretty sight to see. You know that. And I made you laugh, I'm sure I did. But on top of that, and you should check out the playlist, but the narcissist, whether they're in their 20s, 30s, all the way up to 100 or over, these people do not want to age. They don't want to get a gray hair. They don't want to have a wrinkle. They don't want to have a little piece of their skin or flesh out of place. They want everything to be perfect. Now, why? You may say, well, yeah, that's an average human being. We all want to be in the best shape we can. Well, that's not really true. Think about it. Not everyone exercises. Not everyone does what you do. Not everyone invests in themselves. Not everyone goes to the gym. But the narcissist believes they're perfect. They believe that the whole world revolves around them. And they believe that they're the most handsome person on the planet, that they're the prettiest, they're the smartest, they have all the ideas, and that the endless stream of supply will continue to flow right to them. Well, none of that is happening any longer. Because we, you, myself, all of us who have healed or who are healing, we are not only the generational curse breakers, but we're getting stronger. And on top of that, we are not dealing or experiencing the level of toxicity that we used to. Do we still get cut off on the freeway every once in a while? Sure. Do we still have to wait in a coffee line when someone's blowing it up because they can? Yeah. Do we still have to go to a convenience store and have somebody pay with pennies and nickels and dimes because even though they have dollar bills in their pocket because they don't want to use their Cash App or their debit card? Yeah, well, yeah, of course, I get all these things. These are just micro examples of people wasting other people's time. Well, there's a big difference between wasting someone's time and trying to destroy their life. The narcissist is the latter. They don't just want to waste people's lives or time. They want to steal people's lives and destroy people's lives. And the narcissist can't avoid the fact that we are all catching on. Every single time you deny toxicity, which means you don't give it the oxygen, you don't give it the attention, you don't respond, you do nothing, you get stronger. And what happens? The person who is trying to approach, let's say it's not the person you're considering, say it's a fringe narcissist or some relative who pops up once in a while who's, let's say they're not the raging narcissist, but they're not the healthiest or the most stable person. But every time you don't communicate with them like you used to, that person has to go somewhere else to get what they were looking for. But they won't get it from you. And this is another thing the narcissist can't avoid any longer. Doors are closing on them. The doors that used to be closed a little bit and then kicked wide open at a later date, they're now being nailed shut. Boom, 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 boom. Stapled shut. Super glued shut. They are now being cemented shut because people understand so much more today even than they did yesterday about narcissism and about toxicity. So this is another thing the narcissist can't avoid any longer. Here's another one. Very sensitive topic, but it probably pertains to you. The kids of the narcissist or the stepkids. Think of all the damage that one narcissistic parent or step-parent can do to a kid or a stepkid. An awful lot. What does the narcissist usually try to do? They try to destroy the next generation's lives by turning them into mini-me's, into the next level of narcissism. You may think that that's not true. It's completely true. It just doesn't work with every kid because some children, and I was one of them, are super strong and we're not going to take the bait. Of course, my parents were healthy and stable. They were great people. They weren't toxic. But the point being is it is up to the child to figure out what they're going to do. And some kids aren't as strong as others. I get the whole thing. Point being is the narcissist will look back in time and realize that they destroyed their own kids' lives or their stepkids' lives or their brothers or sisters' kids' lives. This is what's happening right now. That's why you need to take this extremely seriously. And you need to understand that sheltering people that you love and trust from toxicity, it's the path. The path isn't to take your lumps from the narcissist that abused you, manipulated you, and did whatever they did, and then say, well, that's happened to me, and I'm not going to do anything, and well, whatever happens to everybody else, that's their problem. No, that's not what we do. We get our cups full, we get strong. Remember the oxygen mask example in an airplane flying at 30,000 feet. If you hit turbulence, the oxygen mask drops, you have to put it on yourself, you get strong, then you help your neighbor. That's what I do every day. That's what you should be doing when you're ready. Now again, if you're 100%, if you're feeling really healed and you're in a great spot, or 99.99%, yeah, then help yourself and help other people out. If you're not healed yet, you still have to work on yourself, which is the priority because you come first, second, third. Now, having said all those things, before I get ready to close the video, there's a very long laundry list of things that the narcissist can't avoid any longer. They can't avoid the truth. They can't avoid the financial abuse. They can't avoid all the rage fits they threw on you. They can't avoid that they can't regulate themselves, on and on and on. I just barely scratched the surface in this video. Before I close it, I'm just going to share this with you. The narcissist days are numbered. They are coming to an abrupt close, an abrupt ending, a curtain call, if you will. Remember in the old theater days, they used to have that you go to the theater and there'd be a curtain that would slide in from the left and the right and then open. Well, this is the curtain call. It closes, and the narcissist won't be around to take a bow because there's no one in the audience to watch their pitiful, lazy, pathetic, anxiety-riddled performance. They used to perform for a theater, sold out, standing room only, show after show after show. Now, no one's there. There's nothing but a burnt-out light bulb flickering on a stage of toxicity with an empty audience and the narcissist sitting there in their clown outfit, looking to juggle a couple bowling pins with a sad face on. And they're getting older and they're drooping their shoulders and they don't know what to do, and slobber's coming out of their mouth and they're saying, what happened? Where did everyone go? I'll tell you exactly where everyone went, and I'll tell you exactly what happened, narcissist. What happened is you abused too many people and they woke up and they closed the chapter of the book on you once and for all. Because now it is the empath's time. All of us empaths, all the educated empaths, we are all gaining momentum. We're all gaining strength. We are all gaining clarity. And we are rising up through the ashes like a phoenix as one big collective energy source. And we are extinguishing toxicity. We're not partaking it any longer. We are not giving it fuel. We are saying, no mas, we're done. We want nothing to do with negativity, toxicity, gaslighting, abuse, manipulation, or a sob story from an empty shell. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. A few quick things. One, understand something. There is a huge list of things the narcissist cannot avoid any longer. They will fight tooth and nail on their deathbed when they're taking their last breath, and they will still deny that they did anything wrong because that's in their DNA. That's how they're built. So don't think you can change the narcissist. Don't think they're going to miraculously wake up and apologize. They know what they did. They know what they did. They know how they did it, and they would do it again in a split second if given the opportunity. Don't think that they care about you. Don't think they love you. Don't think that by some miracle they're going to get struck by a lightning bolt from above, and they're going to change. They will never change. That's why you need to take this extremely seriously and close the chapter of the book on that person and those people once and for all. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Understand a few things. I want to share this with you in the community. We are all getting so strong. I'm reading as many comments as I can. I am commenting back when I can. I only have so much time in a day. I'm doing the best I can to continue to nurture and grow the community. I am so grateful. Big virtual heart and big virtual heart for all of you. I am so grateful to be a part of the community. I'm so grateful that you're a part of the community. In recent weeks, literally, I'm talking weeks, I have really experienced more love from you all than I've experienced in quite a long time. Now I'm grateful and I'm fortunate for every single one of you. You have no idea what you do for me, and I'm grateful to be here to support you. But recently, I just want to let you know that a lot of the hard work I've placed into myself and into you all over the years, it's really beginning to pay off, and I'm seeing it. And I could shed a happy tear right now. I'm not going to, but I just want to let you know I am touched by every single one of you. I love you all. I love you all more than you'll ever know. Whether I've ever had a session with you or not, Whether you've watched one video or watched all 5,000 videos, no matter who you are, where you are, how young you are, where you are in life, what you're doing, you're part of me and I'm part of you. And we are all part of the community, and we are all, every one of us are getting stronger. So I don't want to shed a tear right now, but I could. I just want to let you know I love you more than you'll ever know. Continue to get your cup full, continue to come back, and continue to make a positive difference, not only in your life, but to help out the collective planet, the collective consciousness. There are so many people out there that could use the wisdom. I was one of them. You were one of them. Maybe you still are one of them. But once you get as strong as possible, then you need to really, really do your best to pay it forward in any capacity you can. I love you all. God bless you. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye. I love you guys. Bye. And the GOAT is back. Yeah, the GOAT. Woohoo. I love you. Bye.